Hey y'all, welcome to the Nikki and Ryan experiment. I'm Ryan and I'm here by myself tonight. But make sure that you go follow our podcast on iTunes and Spotify and follow us on our YouTube channel as well. This is going to be more personal, more for me, but I wanted to put it out on all of our channels because I think it's important and it definitely sticks to the brand of Nikki and I. So she doesn't know about this because she's asleep and why this all went down. So hopefully she doesn't kill me in the morning. But so here we go. Something happened tonight that just really pissed me off. If you guys know, I live here in Tucson, Arizona, and there was a protest because Mayor Romero here, she implemented a curfew that started tonight, and it's from 10 to 5 a.m. And the Board of Supervisors for the county also met today and are going to basically kind of see how Tucson goes, but they're going to implement their own thing. So this Joseph Morgan guy, he was running for Congress, but he didn't make it onto the ballot. He lost in the whatever. He's the one running all this. So it's this clown right here. You see, he's got his little shirt on, and I'll talk about that later. But they're literally up to 6,640 petition signatures to recall Rahina, and you know, I just think it's bullshit because they want to recall their whole thing is they want to recall our mayor because she's implementing this. First, it was the masks, it was the mask mandate, and then now it's the curfew. So I got some videos from tonight, and I got them from I want to make sure I get his name right. Austin Walker. He was out there tonight, and I got some videos from him. So I picked it apart because I wanted to talk about it. The video is like 14 minutes long, but I picked like 2 or 3 little parts. So admittedly, this is, I picked the parts that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully I'm not leaving out any context. If there is, hopefully I'll clear it up in the comments, after the show or whatnot. So I'm going to play the first one. This is in the beginning of Joseph Morgan talking. Here we go.
Set up an event and start gathering signatures. There's a young man over here. I don't know, there he is down there. Met him Tuesday. He's already filled out a sheet and a half. Patriot! Fantastic. Yeah, I saw too. And we've got petitions we can get them to you. If you haven't signed and you are a registered voter in Tucson, I don't care if you don't ever vote because you hate them both. I can understand that. But if you're a registered voter, come sign, because you can sign it, even if you don't vote, but you're registered. All right? Because this is what this is all about. This is where we put our action into our protesting. It's one thing to stand out. I protested in front of her house, okay? It's one thing to do that kind of stuff, but now you have to do the more substantive stuff, which is this, gathering signatures. It's a lot of work. It's hard. It takes effort, but it is.
Whew. All right, so I'm pissed. If you guys, it's 1 a.m. here. So if you haven't noticed, to get me on here at 1 a.m. without my partner Nikki, it takes a lot. And this dude literally just pissed me off to the point where he's on my shit list now. So to unpack this, he stood out there and he said, even if you don't vote, sign the petition to recall Mayor Romero. So if you're not voting, if you're not already participating in our civic duty, why are you out there? Why are you out there protesting? Because it's cool? So you can go out there and wave your little Trump flag around, or, I don't understand. So they're literally talking about this kid out there collecting signatures. He's got 1.5 pages of signatures. Way to go, kid. And he sounds like he's a younger guy. And they're out there yelling, you're a patriot. You're a patriot for being out here and going against what's best for the people right now. You think the mayor wants to see businesses fail? You think the mayor wants to see our city struggle, our small businesses struggle, people shutter their doors so that we get no tax revenue from the sales tax that the businesses produce? Like, you people make 0 sense to me. This makes 0 sense. Like, it's like you guys think that the mayor's sitting behind, like in her home, like just sitting there thinking how she's going to screw the people over. That's freaking ridiculous. So the whole reason you guys are out there is because you're upset about the curfew and the masks and your rights and all this stuff. And you're mad about the effect that it's having on your business. But then you get caught saying this.
Your money. If these guys, if the businesses you're doing business with are liberals and putting their money towards Biden and towards this bullcrap, then quit spending your money there.
So again, the whole freedom of speech, group doesn't actually like when you stand up and start using your freedom of speech. So it's okay to penalize a business and stop spending your money there if we're liberals and we supported Biden, or we support this curfew to actually helpfully save people and stop this COVID from being so freaking bad. So again, it's cool to do it to us, but when we start doing it to you, holy shit, the world's going to end. So look, like I said, I don't want to see your businesses fail. I personally think our government has failed our small businesses. We are we've always been so quick to bail out like car companies and banks and other huge businesses. But when it comes time to bail out the American people, businesses are too big to fail. But apparently us, the American people, we're not. So I feel the frustration of these people. I do. Don't get it twisted. Like I say all the time, my family and I are fortunate. So I'm not out here, saying anything like that. I know people are struggling. This time fucking sucks. However, to start this whole movement and start all this unrest in our community over somebody trying to do the best job they can, and listening to the hospitals and the experts, the supervisors, the Pima County supervisors met today and literally had a doctor from the Tucson Medical Center there telling people that this is as bad as we all think, and we need to be careful and just keep being precautious and all that stuff. But this is real, guys, and they're seeing it in our hospitals. We're going to start hitting that 15% availability marker soon. And the nurses and doctors and people on the front lines are warning us. They're blowing this whistle now. And then you're going to turn around and have a dude that was running for Congress. This Joseph Morgan guy was running for Congress. And now he's out here starting a movement. What is it? Recall Rahina2020.org. And I'm giving this guy like a whole shit ton of publicity. That's fine. Usually I wouldn't do it, but I'm going to tear this guy a new ass. So I don't give a shit. You're starting a whole movement against the mayor for trying to do what's best. I just don't understand. You're going to put businesses before saving lives, and I get it. But here's the other crazy part. Not all businesses. We can't afford for all businesses to go. You think restaurants, and we need you guys. I need you guys. I have no problem supporting our restaurants, getting takeout. We can get creative. You know what I'm saying, y'all? This doesn't have to be black and white. But I understand that the bars, the breweries, and places like that, I understand this hits you guys harder than it hits other businesses because you operate later at night. I totally get it. But here's the reality too, guys, is that the reason for the curfew is because we're trying to prevent people from going to your businesses. That's the reality. Because going to a bar is not, it just, I shouldn't say we're trying to stop you from going to the businesses. I don't know. I guess we kind of are. Because what we need to do is, the mayor actually posted what are all the event things you can do and what your risk levels are. And going to the bar and all that shit, that's like the highest risk. So we need to get creative. This isn't special to Tucson. It's not even special to Arizona. I mean, Biden's already talking about 100-day mask mandate, you know, when he gets into office. One way or another, guys, this is going to happen. But this protest that's going on, you guys are showing up. You've got no masks on. You're showing up for nothing. Like that. You're not even doing it the right way. You got no masks on. You're not even telling people that they need to wear the mask. So it's like, and then so simultaneously, while we have a doctor standing in front of the county supervisors telling them how bad this is, we got a guy who was running for Congress gathering 200 people in the city so that they can do this. It boggles my mind. And then this is the kind of stuff we got. Then we got this guy.
Place on the city of Tucson right now.
There's no curfew. Stop lying.
That curfew is from 10 to 5 o'clock.
There is no curfew. No curfew. Stop lying to the people. There's no curfew. No such a thing as a curfew.
Per the city.
No such a thing as a curfew. They don't have power.
Hey, there's no curfew for you.
There is no curfew. If you're gonna lie to the people, back out. There's no curfew here.
We fought for our freedom.
Today, the Pima County Board of Supervisors did put together a not a mandatory curfew, but an advised curfew, asking for those
There is no curfew. Stop
after
lying.
the
Stop
time
lying.
of 10 p.m. to not come outside.
So now that's the report I was telling you about, Austin Walker behind the camera, right? And you can see how they were starting to kind of get, they were kind of starting to go at him, and you could tell he was starting to get nervous, and I don't blame him. I would have been too. But what caught me is on the video, someone actually said that the government can't control them, and the only rights that matter to them is the rights given to them by their creator, meaning God. I just wondered, does that argument work when you get pulled over? Does that argument work when you get busted for like a DUI? Like, oh, your laws and stuff don't apply to me. The only rights that apply to me are the ones that are given to me by God. Does that argument freaking work on anything else? But it does, but you want it to here. You want to be able to pick and choose, like, and you're not looking at the big picture. It's all about you. It's all about your little world. But meanwhile, we have more people dying every day than fucking 9/11. Literally, we have more people dying every day right now than 9/11 every day. So it's like 9/11 happened, 9/11 or worse happening every freaking day, right? And we memorialize that because it was a terrorist attack. But all these people dying, for some reason we're shrugging our shoulder and we're still showing up and being completely freaking irresponsible. So we have actual people who are trying to be leaders in our community running for office out here, gathering a bunch of people and being completely irresponsible. It boggles my mind. And then on top of it, it ended with this.
A little bit over 200 people here. Now, I did talk to some of them earlier today, right before this, and they did tell me that, I asked them, how long will you be out here? How many days? And they said, until things change. So we have no idea how long this is going to happen every single day, but they will be marching tonight towards keep going, they said.
He's a curfew violator? Yeah. He's the only one here.
Has your budget gone down that low? He's KDOA. You guys are recording off phones.
All right. So again, you can hear how uncomfortable, the reporter gets. And so the protesters are all going, the reporter's like walking, trying to record. And you see how there's like 3-4 people that turn around to come back. Now, what you might have missed is that there was another dude, bald dude with a beard, who was already kind of talking some crap and whatever. He was behind him recording on his phone on a little selfie stick thing or whatever. And here's the crazy thing, here's what bothered me the most, is y'all are walking up to him, criticizing him for doing his job. And you're like, oh, you're recording on a phone. Do you know how many people? Everybody records on their phone now. Nobody needs to carry around those big honking cameras. You guys are not the righteous and peaceful ones. You know, that to me showed that you guys are not being peaceful. You guys aren't going out there with good intentions. It's not just about going out and being like, oh, you know, we're going to be peaceful and get our message out here. No, you guys are aggressive. And so please stop portraying yourself as like the righteous, peaceful ones. All right. You guys went to a politician's house, a female politician's house at that, and protested outside of her home, outside of her residence. That is not okay. And as long as I'm around Joseph Morgan, you aren't going to be doing that to my mayor. All right. And dude, now that I'm here, I'm coming for you. I've dedicated a 15-minute video to you, and I've given you publicity because at the end of the day, I think what you're doing is so wrong that I will be able to turn it around on you and actually turn it into a negative for you. So I actually think that by me showing the 1 million people that get to see me every month, by showing them this video, I truly think that I will ruin you. And I will fucking enjoy every second because I don't agree with what you're doing. You clearly don't have the interests of the people at heart. You have an agenda, so much so that you tell people who don't vote, I don't give a shit if you don't vote. Just please come over here and sign my petition for my agenda of getting rid of a mayor for trying to do her job to the best of her ability. And as somebody who's trying to run to be a politician, it's extremely disappointing to me that you showed up to her private residence. And it's extremely disappointing to me that you're not giving her more of a benefit of the doubt during a worldwide freaking pandemic. But you go ahead and do you, Joseph Morgan, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do me. And for everybody who may not know who this guy is, again, I'm going to show his little ugly mug. Okay, there he is there. Now, here's the grifter, the Joseph Morgan grifter part I want to get into. He's selling the Recall Rahina t-shirts for $20 each. Okay, so again, with most Republicans, there's a money-making scheme behind it, right? So he's got to make his money. So he there's always something, right? And here's why, because he actually, well, like I said, he's ran for Congress. So he had a failed congressional campaign. And I'm guessing that, you know, and I don't know this. So again, this is completely speculation and whatever on my part. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But it does seem a little interesting to me that right after this dude loses this congressional campaign, and he's a Republican, and he ran as an independent, I believe. Don't quote me, but I do believe he ran as an independent, but he's a Republican. So right after his campaign is over and he can't milk that anymore, he transitions to going after the mayor for her mask mandate and now curfew. Yeah, dude, you aren't fit to be a leader in our community. And like I said, I'm just really disappointed that the conversation that you and I had is nowhere close to the person that you are and the actions that you are currently showing us. So I guess from this, besides me calling you out and telling you that I'm coming for you, I hope that maybe, just maybe, it might make you a better leader in our community, because at the end of the day, you're a well-spoken dude and you could be a good leader in this community, but you need to stop placating to the extremists. And I mean, if this is what you believe, cool, man, you do you. But I think you could be a good leader in the community if you refocused. So, but if you don't refocus, I'll be here. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Look, God, I hope Nikki doesn't kill me. But I will say, I'm going to plug the show, Nikki and Ryan Experiment. Please come follow us on our YouTube channels. Nikki News, go follow her. We're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on Buzzsprout, Stitcher, so you can go find our podcast anywhere. We do our live broadcast from YouTube, so please follow us. My partner is amazing. And like I said, the whole reason I wanted to do this is because I think it's so important that we get behind our leadership in our municipal areas and our federal levels, because this is unprecedented times, guys. This should be one of the least political things that we're dealing with, but somehow it has been turned into the most political thing. COVID doesn't give a two flying F's of what your political affiliation is. It doesn't care how old you are. It doesn't care what sex you are. It doesn't care who you like to marry. If you like it, it doesn't care. Okay? We need to get on the same page and start fighting this thing together. And we need leaders who are going to bring us together instead of more of this division bullshit in the favor of making money. And with that, I'm going to leave you. Much love. Keep fighting.